Hello everyone, this is our next video of Fortinet NSE 4 series, and today video is a lab of Fortinet Firewall. So let's understand the topology and then we can proceed for the lab sessions. So this is my primary FortiGate Firewall and this is my secondary FortiGate Firewall, and the primary port number 1 is connected to the net cloud, which is for the management purpose. Port number 4 is connected to the Ethernet 0/0, which I named as the external switch. Port number 4 is connected to the Ethernet 0/1, which is also external switch. So I have assigned the IP address of 10.10.10 on port number 4, and so we know that the whatever IP I have assigned and this port number, it will automatically replicate to this port number in the case of HA. So according to the LAN side, this port number 3 is connected to the Ethernet 0/0. This is known as the internal switch, and port number 3 is connected to the port number Ethernet 0/1 on the internal switch, and this port 2 I have taken as a heartbeat link. This heartbeat link which used for the session synchronizations and configuration synchronizations, which I have already explained on the previous videos. So this is the quick topology introduction, and I have one LAN host which is IP address 192.168.30.10, which is I have assigned on the LAN side. So let's quickly see the configuration on the ISP routers which I have did, and then we can see for the other devices configuration. I just increase the bold so that it can. So according to the configurations, I just change the host name. This router I have access of this external router. So this is the host name. Let me quickly show the IP addresses. So I have assigned the 10.10.0.2 on the interface fast Ethernet 0/0, which is here, which is this. Also I have created one loopback address for the testing purpose of our HA sessions. So two things, and the third thing, I have just add the one default route so that LAN users can reachable using their own IP. We don't need to perform any nettings. So let me just quickly open to show the routings. So this routings I have added whatever traffic is generated by the router forward to the FortiGate firewall. So this is the simple configuration I have done, and also I have enabled the telnet of this external router so that my LAN host can access this external router using telnet sessions for the testing purpose. So this is for the external router. For the switches, I have not configured anything. This is the plain switches, and same is case for the internal switch. I have not configured anything on the internal switch. And let me quickly show the configuration of this internal LAN host so that we can see the. So the configuration perspective here also don't have much thing. I have just defined the host name. Also, let me show the IP addresses. So I have just assigned the 30.10 on the fast Ethernet 0/0, and I have added just one default route for it's pointed to this FortiGate firewall. So that whatever traffic generated by this host, it can reachable to the FortiGate firewall is the 30.1. Now let's move back to the FortiGate firewall. So this FortiGate firewall is synchronized. These both links are synchronized. The reason why I have already configured is because this configuration time, synchronization times take a time. So I thought once I will connect each other, then I will prepare the video about it. So I have just accessed the FortiGate firewall using this port number 1, which is connected to the net cloud for the management purpose. So for the accessing or for the configuration of the FortiGate, we just need to select we just need to click on the edit. Here we have options. So when we buy a new firewall, it will show like a standalone. So we need to select the active passive, and here we have to define the device priority, means that which firewall will take on the priority for the forwarding decisions, means become the active. Here we have to define the group name. I have defined a 123, and here in this section, on the password section, we have to define the one password. This password will be identical on the both FortiGate firewall side. I have selected 3 and 4 interface for the monitoring purpose. So this three is for the LAN, this 3 is for the LAN region, and 4 is for the WAN. This port number 4 and port number 3, I have taken this two interface as a monitored interface, so that if those interface goes down, then failover event will trigger. About the heartbeat interface, I have connected this port number 2 directly to this secondary FortiGate firewall. So that port number 2 I have taken as a heartbeat interface. So this settings, the pretty much simple settings, is required on the FortiGate firewall side. So once we configured this thing on the primary firewall, then secondary firewall we have to perform a same thing, which, and then click OK to save the configurations. So it will take a time, so it will take around 10-15 minutes to sync up the configurations. For the testing purpose, I can open this FortiGate firewall, so that this is the secondary FortiGate firewall. So I have login it. So systems or get system status, we can check it. So we can check the things of this FortiGate firewall. What is this? So current status, this is on the A primary status, active passive primary. So it means that secondary will be the next one. So we might know that when we configure the FortiGate firewall on the HA, so all configuration will synchronize. So it means that this FortiGate firewall is also having the IP address of this 30.10 or 10.10.10. and the port number 1 what we have on this FortiGate firewall. So at a one time, that only one FortiGate firewall will available for the accessible. Other firewall we cannot accessible using the graphics, because they use the same IP address once we synchronize into the HA firewall cluster. So get system status will get the commands, also get system status. So this is currently acting as a, we can see HA. Let me quickly increase the appearance so that it will visible. Change settings and 14. Okay. So we can see on this FortiGate firewall. Yeah. So current status is, current HA mode is active, passive and secondary. Current HA mode is active, passive and secondary. This is one thing. And second thing is, if I say get system HA status, so we'll get that information about the HA cluster settings. So here we can see the FortiGate VM, and the thing which I wanted to also show you about the host name. So I explain you that host name information will not sync. So let me open this another one FortiGate firewall also, so that I can show you. So this FortiGate firewall we can notice is, so in the active case the host name is EVNG lab. On the secondary firewall, this host name is FortiGate VM 64 KVM. So it means that, which I have explained you, that host name information will not sync to the cluster. So which is proved now. And if we enter that get HA cluster, so what information we'll get? will get everything related to the cluster uptime. So this is the cluster uptime, and this is the cluster change status, and this is selected as a primary because override priority is larger than the pre-member. So why it is taking as a primary? So I just explained the previous sessions. So first thing, this is the priority. So on EVNG hostname, I have selected the priority is 129, whereas the other hostname of the FortiGate, it is 128. That's the reason it is taken as a primary firewall. But points, remember that one more thing which is important, if I say edit, so I already did this set override enable on the both primary and secondary firewall. So this override command is not synchronized on the HA cluster. So this is, we need to synchronize. So what I did, I just click the edit in CLI. So this is the also another way to check whatever we configured on this graphics, we can validate via CLI. So if you are not familiar with the CLI options, you can just click here, the configurations will show here. This is the password on the encrypted format. This is the mode, and this is the group now, and set override and set priority. So because of the priority, it got selected as a primary FortiGate firewall. So this is related to configuration. So let me revise again for the configuration. We have to select the active passive. First thing, we have to define the device priority, which device you want to take as a primary. Also, we need to enable the HA set override enable on the both active and standby firewall. Need to define that group name. We have to define one password. This password both sides need to be configured, and monitor interface need to select, and then heartbeat interface. So after we select this thing, this page will come and both FortiGate firewall will show, which indicates that the cluster is up. Here are few information which it is visible. So port number, it is showing as a heartbeat interface which we configured. I have added HA. This is the description which I have added, and on the FortiGate port 2 secondary, it is also same information is available, and there is the eye icon, which means that these interface are considered as a monitored interface, port 3 and port 4. So this was related to that HA configuration, and also there are the other actions are there. If we say refresh, then configuration synchronization will start the refreshing. If we want to remove the device from cluster, we can click remove, the device will remove from the cluster. Few other commands which we can run, like get system HA status. So using this command, we can verify the things like what is the update times, average sessions, and these informations are available, like what are the number of V cluster, or and I already explained you that this system will use this 169.254.0.1 V IP addresses for the synchronization of the cluster configurations. So these things are we can check. Now let's talk about the exactly traffic behavior. So about the configuration on the FortiGate. So what I did, I assigned the port number 3 and port number 4 the IP addresses respectively 30.1 and 10.1. This is the 10.1 and this is the 30.1. I have added one static route. So whatever traffic is generated by this LAN subnet, it is forwarded to this FortiGate, and from whatever traffic is generated from FortiGate, it is sent to the ISP router via default route. So the same thing I have added here also. The whatever traffic is generated by the FortiGate firewall sent to the 10.10.10.2, which is the ISP router for fast Ethernet 0/0. And apart of next thing, I created a one firewall policy to allow this LAN segments traffic to the WAN segment traffic, and this is the policy I have created. which I can show you. So this is port number 3 to port number 4, port number 3 to port number 4, and let me clear the counter so that I can show you this traffic status. What I will do, I will just initiate some traffic from LAN host, and then we can perform a one failover to the secondary, and then we'll check the things, how the things are going on. So first I will ping through the loopback, which is 5.5.5. I am able to reachable or not. So I am able to reachable, and let me refresh this firewall policy, and we can see this counter has been increased, which proves that traffic is forwarded by the FortiGate firewall. First thing, let me quickly telnet this my external router so that we will perform the sessions, and we'll see the session. So now I am on the external router, and if I say dig system dig sys sessions dig sys sessions, okay, it was the command I used, dig sys sessions, yeah, sessions, and then status should be there, session list, I think, yeah. So in this session list, we could see the session about our telnet session. So these sessions are, this is our heartbeat sessions, and we'll see about the sessions. This is the different, this is a management traffic which I use to connect on the FortiGate firewall. I am looking for now, this is the session. So I think this is the different, this is for the DNS. Let's look for the telnet. Go down, let me check for the DNS. Lot of sessions is running. So that is the reason, because these are in the HA, so some HA traffic are also showing here. Which sessions are there? So let me try again. So we can see the session at least 169, 169, 192. Yeah, this one here it is. So we have initiated traffic from 192, 160, 30.10, and it is going via 55555, and this is the telnet sessions. So this is clear here. Now my session is stabilized and which is running fine.